In today's video, I'll be sharing with you an advanced way of trading trend lines, and I will share with you mistakes many trend line traders do and how you can capitalize on big moves in the market. You are able to cash and add up trades, right? So you might want to watch this video to the end because you probably learn something you did not know about trend lines, and make sure you watch to the end. And if you like watching content like this and you are a trendline trader, make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell, so that whenever I bring content like this, you'll be the first to get a notification. Okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, NASDAQ, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. Strategy is a volatility 75 strategy, a forex, a gold, and NASDAQ strategy. So you don't want to be limited by anything you see on your screen because it works for all markets, right? So we have this very good, perfect downtrending market where you see price forming series of lower lows and lower highs. This is a very good downtrending market, which is good for trend lines. And you need to understand the concept behind trend lines, because whenever you see price create a low like this in a downtrend, it will most likely pull back. When it creates a low, it pulls back, and once price has respected a particular low for more than 2 times, right, it becomes a resistance zone. Okay, so it's just kind of a diagonal resistance and all of that. Now trend lines will help us to be able to know when the pullback is going to be completed. Right now, if you want to draw trend line, for instance, now looking at a chart like this, many people make serious mistakes, because number one of the mistakes, they think that you must start from the higher high or the highest zone that is at that moment. So you tend to see people draw things like this. All right, people tend to draw things like this, or you see them draw things like this. Okay, you see that as a result of this, maybe that's what they saw on the charts, and when they connect and you see that price comes, and you see that all of a sudden they got stopped out so prematurely. Now, one thing that makes this trend line a mistake is, number one, it is too steep, right? It's too steep. So you don't want to be drawing a trend line that is too steep. Sustainable trend lines are those trend lines that are, at least they are gentle like this. These are sustainable. If you want to draw a trend line and realize that it's too steep, then it's not good. That's number one error. Some people will be asking that, why is it that you started drawing a trend line and you must not start from the highest peak, right? Especially when you see that it becomes so steep. Now, when I usually do, I'll look for gentle zone. Like now, I can choose this peak here, right? This is a peak here, and I will start from here. Okay, because if you get this peak, for instance, and then you go like that, you are going to get many touches, and you see that it's going to be gentle, right? So probably if you take here, you see that price comes, hit the first time, comes, by the time it's coming the third time, you see this is already a good trading opportunity. Now you see that once you connect the highs and the highs, you're going to get a trading opportunity. Now another mistake people do is, when they are trading trend lines, they usually draw and they don't get the touches. Some people feel that trend line should be drawn across across weeks like this, right? While other things that maybe you should draw two trend lines and all of that, but this what works for me. I make sure I connect, I get the touches. So if you look at it very well, you make sure that I get the touches at the top of the week, right? It comes with a lot of mastery, guy. It doesn't take me few seconds. It just take few seconds for me to do this, right? Because I've mastered this for years. So it's very simple for me, and the more you trade, you become master. So I'll just take drag from the weeks, right? Now when you drag from the weeks, now it's going to automatically cover out zones for you, so that when price comes the third time, price is most likely going to respect, right? And you see now that this is the first, in this situation, you see now that this turns to be the first week, price pulls down, this is the second. Now some people will ignore this, and maybe they will grow, and then they'll try to cross, and then they'll cross the first and the second zone, or maybe they take from the first peak, and then by the same they are going to the second zone, they violate it because they want to target another zone which is in front, right? And that will lead to mistake. Another person will draw and will not get the touches, maybe will go like that, and then you see that at the end of the day it did not touch properly, or maybe the first touch was okay, right? The first touch was okay like that, and then the second touch did not properly touch, okay, because they have not a master well, or maybe because of ignorance. Now you see that when you do like this, you see that when price comes, you see, you are going to miss out on a very good trading opportunity, which is this, because you've made that mistake. So number one, we want to draw a trend line, ensure that you get your wicks touch the first and second. In fact, number one, make sure that you draw it from the peaks where you're going to get as many touch as possible, and it has to be gentle so that it should be sloppy. So sometimes you might see use the high. Now if this high was here and this another high which is really up to this, or let's say this one, right, was high like this, let me just try to make like maybe like this. Okay, in this situation you can draw from the higher wick from here, because now it will become gentle, right? But now look at where the first high is. If the first high is here and then the next one is very low, it means if you draw like, it will be so steep. So make sure that you get what you get, a gentle zone, a zone where you're going to get many touches and it's going to be gentle. And then make sure you get the touches. Don't cut across wicks, or don't make the trend line to go too high, right? So that way you are going to most likely get the next touches, right? So you see from here, you can connect now like that. Okay, now you see that when price comes back, right, when price comes the third time, you see now that price reject from here, you can even start taking your trades from here, right? You see now that it came and touched, when drop down, came again, right? See, touch, drop down. That was already two opportunities that you would have caught if you understood this concept, all right, or if you had watched this video earlier, right? So all you have to do is to just connect. I'm going to share with you another thing, right? So you want to continue watching till the end. That now you realize that price dropped so powerfully and price will be coming back. Okay, there are times where it might not even get the touch, right? Like here, right, it came, maybe just got moved down, right? So you just extend, right? It came again, got the touch, and you see now that if you entered here, you would have made something. So remember, you enter and you exit at the previous low here. Okay, now you see now that the trend line got violated here, right? Now because it's too gentle and price has dropped so strong, right, it will take a long while for price to pull back to this zone. So what you do now is you drop to smaller time frames, because in that smaller time frame you are going to see those strong down moves will probably create other trading opportunities, right? From the week now, you see, because this is too steep, I can take from here, right? But if I take from here, I cannot draw like this. I will not be drawing like this, right? I will not be drawing like that. So I have to look for a zone that is gentle as well, right? I can look for a zone that gentle. I can still take like this, right? I can take like this and then I pull, okay? Or I just take from here and then I drag. You get? So you see, from getting the touch, the first and the second, right? If you get the first and the second, because if you look very well, you see now that people, this is a high and this is another high. Now another mistake people do is they'll ignore this. Maybe they will not know that this is a high, they will violate it, coming to connect here. So what you should do is you have to make sure that you get the first high, because this is a high here that price reject, and from this second high or this third high you can already take your trade from here, right? Because these are two different highs, right? So people might not, some people ignore this zone and then come and take from this side. So you make sure you connect this, so you just drag down, right? You see that from here you can already take a trade opportunity. You wait for price to come back again and then reject. You see, take another opportunity. You see now that because this trend line is quite gentle, see it has not yet been broken, right? So you see now that price has dropped and price could still come back here, reject, and see get a very good trading opportunity. So that is how you should draw a trend line. Let's take a quick recap. Now the mistakes people do is what they think that you must take from the very high, and because of that they draw very steep trend lines which will turn up which mostly turn out to break out so quick or fake out so quickly. All right, second mistake people do is they draw and they don't get the touches. Another mistake is people do and draw and cut across the second weeks. Some people ignore zones like this, right? Okay, other people stay only in higher time frames and do not drop to smaller time frame. As a result of that, you see price hardly come back to their zone. Like here, for instance, if you just stay here and it was just waiting for price to come back here, you will have missed out on opportunities on small time frame. So those are some of the things you can do to enhance your trend line trading and make more profits. Remember, the goal is to continuously grow, continuously build the skill. So if you find the video helpful, just give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to continue seeing content like this. I'm going to bring to you guys more content like this, and make sure that you stay tuned. Now you can join our Telegram channel. The link is in the video description below to see more. See you in the next video.